I got an invite to the exclusive Pine Park dispensary opening, the very first Pine Park dispensary in Dallas and the very first Pine Park dispensary ever, and there's a huge crowd here today. Hanging out in the frunk of a Cybertruck with my good friend Splitdawing because today is the grand opening of his brand new Pine Park dispensary. You feel proud?
I'm pretty excited.
Dude, I'm pumped. I've been here for 30 minutes. It's so incredibly pumped. And what we thought would be fun today is actually do a little walk and talk to the building to get an idea of the scale of the line of people that lined up to try some Pine Park products.
Let's get it.
Let's hit it. Split just said, how long did it take for this to all come together?
60 days.
60 days.
Yeah.
Now, you mean the building, the brand, the renting and lease, the refurbishing that's going on in there?
Yeah, from the time we got the lease and all the paperwork signed with Pine Park to today.
That's insane.
Yeah.
By the way, just from a guy who's unsuccessfully run a number of businesses, successfully launching a physical product location, especially a highly regulated one, absolutely mental.
It's crazy.
So I asked Hector about this, but what does Pine Park mean to you beyond just the business aspect of it?
It's more or less just like the gaming culture's like footprint in the cannabis space and like our idea of what cannabis should be for people like us.
Okay, so what should cannabis be for people like us then?
Should be like a high-end experience, clean product that's tested, that, is good and affordable and that everyone can enjoy and, like...
So high quality and safe.
High quality and safe.
Pretty much the number one things I'm looking for in a cannabis product. You
100%.
guys, I know everything is inspected and certified and secured. I've seen the little QR codes on the back.
We have 3-point QC, so we check over it, we make sure that we like this strain, they check over it again, and then while it's backed up and sealed, it's also checked again.
That's triple redundant.
Yes.
But redundant isn't bad. It's like an airplane, right?
Yeah.
You never want to inhale something that could potentially be bad, so every bit of that is worth it. But what is the address of this Pine Park location?
It's 420.
That 420 on the building over here, that's not a joke. That's the real address of this location. So I'm here today at the first Pine Park dispensary opening. This is the first Pine Park full dispensary
Period.
ever.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
And it carries exclusively Pine Park cannabis products.
Correct.
And I'm here with Optic H today. You're a co-owner and investor in this business.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask, of all the products that you have on the shelf, which one is your favorite?
My favorite is the Runts. The
You like
Super
the Runts?
Is the one that's put me on my ass the most.
Okay.
Like anybody else, I was originally apprehensive about smoking something labeled THCA instead of the regular THC.
Mm-hmm.
And I never took into account that when I go to Mexico, whatever backyard weed I'm smoking, right? There's nothing. So the Runts is really strong, and that's what I like. I like to induce a panic every so often to reset my anxieties. Do you do that too?
Yeah, I like the strong stuff. I'm
Yeah.
on the Team Sativa or Sativa Dominant
Yes,
Hybrid. I
yes,
like those
yes.
really intense, mental trips.
Yep.
And you talk about THCA.
Yeah.
I think the audience at home might be confused as to what THCA is.
Yes.
So I'm gonna posit you one and you correct me, okay?
Okay.
THCA is literally the precursor to THC.
Yep.
When it's exposed to almost any heat or light.
Correct.
It breaks, the acetate molecule breaks off, it turns into regular old THC.
Yep.
But it's not illegal to sell plants that are THCA, and they grow it naturally.
Correct.
Right? Okay. And then
The government implemented that so that we can study it further.
okay.
Right, because up until a certain point, you can never study the cannabis plant because it's an illegal thing. You have hemp, sure, but the actual cannabis plant, you can't really test it to its limits to see what it really, truly does or what harm it actually causes, according to old scientists.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're actually studying it now. We're finding
Yes.
a million different uses, a million different varieties of THC. Like growing up, there was the plant, and then that was it. There was no strains, there was
Just
no
that
science behind it. It was illegal to study. And now we've got how many different types of THC that we've synthesized? Or
Dude, I couldn't tell you.
I know there's like
I'm not a
10,000
scientist.
cannabinoids.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, obviously, the intricacies of that plant are going to continue to be discovered as more people get to play with it in a scientific way, if you know what I'm saying. And the more studies that come out, the better, I think.
I completely agree with you. Imagine if, so I love cannabis. I think it's fun. I love the effects. Not everybody does.
Yep.
It's not for everybody. But imagine if you could get this, you could study it properly and get the same pain relieving effects and give it to somebody that maybe doesn't want to get that high, you know?
Yeah. Because it's not just about the fun, right? Although it is fun. There are moments like we were talking about earlier, the medicinal aspects of that. I'm not a big pill guy. I've never.
Same.
Ibuprofen and all that stuff. Like right now, with my foot being the way that it is, like they gave me Oxy, and I'm just like, I've never taken it.
Don't. If you don't like absolutely have to.
So I told my wife yesterday, I'm like, I really don't want to take it. She's like, if you're not in pain, don't take it. And I'm like, I'm not in pain. So.
I'm right there with you.
But
I think that's the right choice.
Something about it, right? Like I don't know. I don't think that I'll go down a dark path where I'm like fucking strung out on this shit. But I'd rather smoke something that's gonna alleviate my entire body, put me in a mental mood that's gonna allow for the stress relief of peace to take its course.
Yes, and the worst side effect has a tendency to be weight gain because I eat too much junk food. That's a lot better than Oxy. What you're providing people without a prescription has none of those problems.
Luckily.
Yes.
Luckily.
So I'm now behind the counter at Pine Park. This is Will, who is the operations manager for basically everything you see here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I've been deputized today.
Yes, sir. Yes, you have.
So that
You've been anointed.
And thank you. That's an even better word.
There you go.
And today we get to provide people in the city of Dallas with some medicine that you can all see behind us here.
Yes.
Now, something I've been asking everybody, of all the flavors, what is your favorite?
I would have to say my personal favorite has got to be the Big Mac.
The Big Mac?
Yes, absolutely.
This guy right here?
Yes, that guy.
You have to identify. You have to ID everybody that comes in.
Yeah, everybody. So under federal law, there is no age regulation, but Pine Park is setting the standard and making the precedent of 21 or up, not selling to anybody 18 or under. That's a big mainstay and staple that we live by right now.
I'm glad that you guys are doing that. It's like you're not just being safe, you're being extra safe, kind of
Exactly.
above and beyond. And the younger you are, the less good cannabis is for you.
Correct.
It's great for adults, but
Correct.
like 18 and under.
No, not the market we're trying to appeal to.
I'm glad. So you're going for the adult market here?
Yes, sir.
And is there anything neat about checkout or legality or something like that you'd like to tell the people at home?
The drive-thru is open 24 hours. It is a huge staple of kind of what makes Pine Park Pine Park. The drive-thru feature is kind of one of the things that we really kind of pride ourselves on.
So one of the nice things about the Pine Park dispensary is it also has a cannabis drive-thru, as you can see. So if you're busy and you don't have time to go in and shop, or maybe if you're just picking up an online order, you can come right through the drive-thru. It's blocked off today for the opening, so we're doing it Flintstone style, and I'm gonna pick up my order.
Hello, welcome to Pine Park.
Here to pick up my order for Drifter.
Amazing, I love the car.
Thank
Here
you,
we are.
man. It's
Got some of that Gushmint's, got some of that Rainbow Runs, and some of that Cheetah Fizz here.
Thank
for
you. I was
my
looking
man.
forward to the Rainbow Runs.
Oh, it's lovely. Let me get those.
Yeah, the car is really, you know, it's invisible, but it is a rental, so.
I'll take care of that thing.
Thank you.
Man. Thank you. You guys have a great one.
You too, man. So I'm here interviewing another co-owner. I'd like to introduce you to a face that I'm sure almost all of you are familiar with, Erick Khan.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for coming, bro. It's so crazy to meet this guy, honestly. I used to watch this guy when I was a weed lad, like when I wanted to be on Optic, when I wanted to see Hex. Now I'm working with Hex, and now he's here. It's crazy, bro. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, man. Making me feel old. You said you were just saying you watched me when you're 10, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he was 10, and now he's old enough to not only buy legally, but invest into Pine Park.
Yes, there
so
you go.
one of the questions I've been asking everybody here today is, what is your favorite Pine Park strain? What product on the shelf do you like the best?
The rosin, easily right now.
The
We've
rosin?
been waiting for the rosin for a while, and now it's here. It's sold out in like an hour, which is crazy.
Oh my God, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone, which
We
is
were
pretty
just
insane.
filming that like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's all gone. It's all gone, which is awesome. People are loving it too, but that's like, I think the people are loving it because we're loving it. You know, you can see that it's like, oh, they're excited about that, so it's like, That's what I'm excited for.
And of the wall strains, the more common products, which one are you feeling the most? Now, Hector was a big fan of the Runts.
Yeah, the Runts
My
is
wife's
good.
a big fan of the Big Mac.
Oh,
I'm
everyone's
curious to
loving
see.
the Big Mac. I'm partial to the dog's breath because it looks like my dog on there. But in terms of the smoke, the Cadillac Rainbow.
Wait, you got a Shiba?
Yeah, I have a Shiba.
Hey, me too.
Nice,
I got
nice.
multiple dogs. My condolences. They are
Yeah.
absolutely wild animals.
He's more tame outside, but in the house, like it's insane. Like I trained him outside, so he's okay, but in the house, it's
So wait,
like,
you can go like off leash outside?
No, not off leash,
Okay,
but
I
like
was gonna
enough to
say.
like not like tweak about other dogs or people. You know, he's like in his own little world, which is fun. But then inside, nah, it's crazy. It's different.
Different animals. Mouthy,
Yeah, but-
loud,
Yeah, for sure. For
demanding
sure.
like a cat.
Yeah, no,
So I was going to
100%.
ask. You had something you were going to
Yeah,
say.
the
I
Cadillac
cut you off.
Rainbows, though.
Cadillac Rainbow's good.
Yes, the Cadillac
What is that?
Rainbows.
Indica, sativa?
It's leaning towards the indica for sure. A little heavier side for sure. Yeah,
What's your
100%.
on that spectrum? Where do you like? Do you like indica? Do you like hybrid? Do you like sativa?
I like sativa flavors. Sativa flavors. Maybe not the effects, but like the flavors. You know, the
So
terps,
like
the flavors
I'm
and
thinking
everything.
like sour diesel and
Yes,
stuff like
yes,
these really punchy
hazes,
ones.
yes, all
Okay.
those light stuffs for sure.
I'm on the opposite train. I'm mostly sativa, but also sativa dominant. Hybrids are fine. I don't hate indicas by any means.
yeah.
Actually, really like a super high THC indica. I find those to be a little
A little
psychedelic.
relaxing and everything. Yeah,
But
for
my
sure,
go-to
for sure.
would be like a slightly more cranked hybrid. Sort
Gotcha.
of good for
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. Beginning of the day. You spoke at the beginning of the day.
You talk about watching me since you were a wee lad, right?
Yes, wee lads.
You want to guess how many of those videos as a wee lad that I
You were
created
stoned?
completely stoned?
No
At least for
fucking
part of it.
way. That's
Either the
awesome.
filming or editing or
Nah,
something.
that's epic.
So
That's
guess how
epic.
many?
Maybe like all of them?
Pretty much.
Damn, that's real. Nah, that's amazing. That's epic. Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It was like
awesome.
all the on-camera stuff, like we're doing an interview. It's
Yeah.
very professional and sober.
Right,
but then you've got
right.
4 hours of footage to chunk through, and it's boring
You
and
gotta-
miserable.
Nah, 100%.
Yeah, it's way
Yeah.
easier to focus when you have
Right,
cannabis
100%.
for that.
Dude, yeah. Thank you so much, man. Thanks so
Dude,
much.
thank you for coming out today. Thank you for promoting this. Of
course.
I mean, you probably work harder than anybody promoting this brand. so.
We're trying, you know. Pine Park. Dude, thank you so much, man.
thank
We'll
you.
see you around. We'll see you guys at the store.
So one thing I've been asking everybody today is, what is your favorite Pine Park product? What is your go-to strain?
The Rainbow Runs for sure.
Rainbow Runt, so the same one that Hector likes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm taking
delicious.
home today. That's what I'm totally
I
excited
got
about.
you.
So beyond just Pine Park products, what other brands or accessories are available in the store? What do your customers really like look for? Because you're in a totally different market, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so we've got Raw, we've got Camo, we've got Elements. This is a rush launch, so we don't have our full setup like we want, but
Okay.
we also have
Oh, can we take a look at these
Aminos.
drinks?
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are really cool. So these are things my wife. So exactly, are these cannabis infused
all of
beverages?
them. All of them, yeah.
Okay, are these like CBD or will these get me high if I drink them?
They're THC and CBD, so some of them are a little bit of both, or they're only THC. And these are the spirits; they're a little bit stronger. So if you want to take like a cannabis infused shot, reminds me of the.
So this is a cannabis infused spirit. What? I am very dumb. What does that mean?
So it's just like taking a shot.
So so this is it's not
It's like
alcohol,
an edible shot, yeah.
but this is a cannabis,
Cannabis, yeah.
cannabinoid shot. more like.
Correct.
Okay. So how much of this should a person drink to have a good time?
So I mean, there's different milligrams. So this is a 50.
Yeah.
I think we have a 200.
So what can you tell me about THCA? Because up until a few weeks ago, I was brain dead ignorant on this topic.
Essentially, on a certificate of analysis for a cannabis test, the Delta 9 is, as long as it's less than 0.3, it's considered hemp, right?
Okay.
What a lot of people don't understand is that all cannabis has low THC until it's set on fire. It's all THCA. So the stuff you've been smoking for the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, all cannabis is high THC, low Delta 9 until you set it on fire. So the federal law essentially in 2018 allowed for raw cannabis to be sold as hemp, and it's just the same thing.
Okay, so it's literally just cannabis, just like the cannabis that if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're all familiar with.
Yeah. So like
And-
on a package it says total THC. Like say you're in California or Michigan or wherever, total THC. If you go to the very bottom, it'll say total THC is calculated by THCA times 0.877. So that's the assumed conversion rate of what THCA burns into as THC.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's all the same.
That is amazing. So I'm lying a little bit on the interview. We've had an opportunity to sample the products, and in my experience, THCA is indistinguishable from regular THC because, well, it is regular THC. So that's fantastic. Any other topics you want to talk about while we're here and you're mic'd up and it's convenient?
Yeah, I mean, the state of Texas has twice the hemp market does twice the revenue of the California rec market.
So what? So more cannabis gets sold in Texas.
Twice as much.
Twice as much. So we're 2 Californias is what you're saying. Texans will love to hear that. We like being bigger and better.
And the lieutenant governor is trying to ban it. I don't think it's going to be successful, but it's like, you create a $10 billion market, then you want to ban it. Where's all the money go?
Well, it's going to go to the illegal market,
stupid,
which
right?
is going to make the problem even worse.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't improve the communities. Doesn't help our schools or people on drugs or police, whatever you want to do.
Plans for expansion.
Yeah, I mean, long term, right now we're working on launching our own gummy brand. That'll be ready in the next 2 weeks. Our own drinks.
Oh, I'm excited about that. I'm a big edibles guy.
We'll have a lot of edibles. We'll have drinks, more rosin, concentrates, a grow, some point down the line, and more stores.
More storage. And you got merch.
Got more merch on the way.
So we're gonna move over here to these guys. I know these are not Pine Park brand, but have you ever considered doing a Pine Park line of any type of vaporizer or bong or
We're exploring all options: papers, bongs, lighters, everything.
This is probably the #1 cannabis event in the state of Texas today.
Probably.
Certainly the highest profile. Everybody here is, well, you can see the whole group of influencers over there meeting and greeting fans that are piling in.
Super Bowl champion Leonard Fournette. He's also one of our partners.
I'd love to get him mic'd up next.
Yeah.
So we are in the back of the shop right now. You can see a little bit of the supply behind us, and you've probably noticed that we're not mic'd up anymore. We had some mic issues. So we just tried to find a quiet space to talk. I'm here with 2 of the owners, Split the Wig and Optic Hex, who I'm sure that all of you are familiar with, both from Mixer and from YouTube. And Split, you had something to say. You pulled me back here for a reason. What was it?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say we wouldn't be here without you and introducing me to Hex and getting me that invite to the Pine Park party, 4 years ago?
Yeah, 2021.
Last minute, so.
Well, thank you.
I'll say thanks, man.
Appreciate that. I never
thank you for that too.
Dude, I never thought this would happen. I just, Split invited me out to tour his grow op. It was mental. And I just thought, I know exactly one person on the planet that should meet Split. There is one perfect pairing here where interests are going to align. So I was ripping files off the camera, and I think I DM'd you a couple of the hydroponic grow shots, the really flashy ones. And I think the reply was okay, I'm following this guy. And it just kind of rolled from there. But I was glad to be able to do that, and I was glad to be able to play a very small part in bringing something extremely nice to the state of Texas. I made an introduction, but these two did 80-90% of the work.
This one didn't do that much.
Okay.
And it was a team, right? Team
effort for sure.
And your other co-owner?
Josefo, Leonard Fournette, Erick Khan, obviously, Tim, the
Eli,
owners.
Will.
Yeah.
Will was great. Will did great on mic. He's surprisingly good on cam. So yeah, that's all. I'm just really happy to be here. I'm really happy to see a literal DM
turn into something physical.
A giant physical cannabis dispensary.
Manifestation.
That's the right word. I like it.